Hey friends, so I was going to go live, but I have quite a few things I need to do this morning, and I still got to take a shower. Look at me, guys. Y'all are getting me with straight up bedhead. And I don't have a hair bow on me to pull it up right now. Plus, I'm sitting outside. I've got the dogs outside. There's Gamora, and Andrew's over there. And I'm drinking some coffee, and I figured I would go ahead and do a tiny, small chit chat so that you guys have a video today as well as an update on life. So let's just say we are still in the process of trying to figure out a decent homeowner's insurance. Hey, psst, psst, what are you doing, girl? Go play in the grass. It's not time to go in yet. No, I just brought you out. Go play in the grass. It's not gonna hurt you. It feels good outside. No. She is determined to come up the steps even though she can't go down them. So, look, go get your brother. Go play with Andrew. But as I was saying, we are still in the process of trying to figure out a decent homeowner's insurance to switch to. Now, what some people may not realize is because we purchased what's considered a manufactured home. So basically, you know, like in years past, they were considered mobile homes. Even though it's considered like a stick built on our deed, we still have to have like a manufactured homeowner's insurance, which is harder to get, and they can cost more because of, I guess, the damage that can occur to a manufactured home. I don't know, it's confusing, but there's like two policies, and getting one that will cover absolutely everything is almost impossible. So we're still on the hunt for that. Go play, girl. Mora, go play, baby. Having a blind dog is not for the weak. I love her with all my heart, though. She is super spoiled already. But, oh my God, my hair. But as I was saying, we are still struggling. Well, not really struggling. We have our options. So we're looking into that. We were basically told that you can't, and I found out our claim wasn't denied. It was just, they said there was only 8 shingles that need to be repaired. So I was like, okay, well, after speaking with someone, if there's only 8 shingles that need to be repaired, they would like for us to have it fixed before you can file any more claims on, say, you know, the roof. So we just have to come up with a $500 deductible, which, okay, you know, more money. Where are we going to get it? We don't have money trees growing. And they will cover the remaining, which is like not even $200. But I haven't been up long, guys. So that's where that stands. We're not gonna stress too much about it. All right. I know I had a question. Someone said, how much debt are you in? What kind of debt? I haven't done the math to give you the total. But let's just say it's a decent amount. The kind of debt, it varies. We have our home, which, you know, until you pay it off, you're in debt. We have Josh's truck. Again, until it's paid off, you're in debt. And then we have credit card debt. And I was about to say small loans, but personal loans. We also have personal loans and credit card debt. And the reason we have incurred those is because trying to stay afloat, what do? You use your credit card. You're like, well, I don't have the money to buy groceries this week, so I'm going to put it on the credit card. Well, guys, after a while, you've maxed out your credit cards. School comes around, and in the mailbox, you open this envelope, and there's a check in there from one of these lenders, and it's like, hey, this is not fake, this is a real check, read the back, and the back had all the stuff, and you take it to your bank and you deposit a $2,000 check. Okay, well, guess what? That's a personal loan. As far as how we're going with the debt, what I have chosen to do, there apparently are like two methods. You can choose to start paying off your highest interest debt, which is smart to do, but your payments are higher because we are still, struggling to barely make it meet paycheck to paycheck. I have chosen to start paying off and look, see, she already went up to the top of the steps because she's ready to go in. But I have chosen to start paying off the smallest debt, the one that the least is owed on. So for instance, I have one credit card. Actually, let's go ahead and tell you, I do have one credit card that's paid off. It only has a $300 credit limit. My goal is to not touch it. So even though I have that, and I would love to be able to go to the grocery store and spend that $300 credit on groceries, I'm not, guys, because I can't afford to keep getting in debt. So when I get it paid off, I actually take and I put it somewhere else and I kind of hide it from myself. And I don't even carry it on me, so I'm not tempted to use it. Plus, I'm very determined to kind of just get out of debt and be responsible, have better credit, because once I can get out of debt and my credit goes back up, I'd like to refinance the home through our bank, not through the lender that it's through right now. Okay, but as I was saying, is I have one that is paid off. I have another one that has a $300 credit limit. I've got it paid down to, I think my balance is like $168 on it, but the minimum payment is like $25. So I make that minimum payment because as of right now, I don't really have the extra. We were actually struggling to make sure just the bills got paid this past go around, which is why I started dashing. So how are we trying to get out of debt? Well, we work a 40-hour work week at our primary job, which pays okay considering this day and age. I don't think anything pays excellent unless you're like a neurosurgeon or, a lawyer or something of that nature. But it pays okay. Well, first things first, there are two bills that I will always make sure gets paid. That is my mortgage and my light bill. Why? Because as long as those two are paid, we have a roof over our head, and my kids, we have electricity. Then it comes the water bill. And then from there, we, assess what is the most important, what has to be paid, what has a grace period, blah, blah, blah. But how are we trying to get out of debt? We work our 40-hour work week. Hey, mommy's right here. We're not going in yet. Everybody else is still sleeping. Mommy's right here. You got to learn to come down the steps. Mommy's right here. Okay? One step at a time and you can do it. Okay. But YouTube. I record absolutely every day for you guys. I had someone ask, am I monetized? Yes, I am monetized. I have been monetized since the end of last year. Do I bring home a lot of income from YouTube? No, I do not. However, hey, psst, 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 psst. Baby, you're fine. Mommy's right here. Okay? Let me let her in and see if that'll calm her down because she does not want to be out here, but I think it feels great out here. So let me set my coffee down. Oh! All right, girl. These are the rickety steps. Oh. All right. Go on in. Oh, do you want to go in? Go on in. I guess Andrew didn't want his sister to be alone inside. Yeah, these steps, they have definitely seen their better days. But it's okay. All right. So as I was saying, YouTube. Yes, I'm monetized. Do I bring in a lot of income? No, I do not. I am an open book with you guys. I have nothing to hide, nothing to, make excuses about. What do I bring in on YouTube? It can vary, actually. 1 month, it was not enough to cash out because the way YouTube works is you have to have a minimum of $100 in order to do a cash out. It wasn't enough, so it rolled over to the next month. At the end of that month, I think I had finally made enough to cash out. It was under 200, but it was, I can't remember the exact amount. It was an okay amount. And what did I decide to do with this extra income? Because right now what I have steadily started to bring in is anywhere between $300 and $400 a month on YouTube. It's not a ton of money when you look at our debt, or you look in general at bills. Like my mortgage, it's a pretty, it just keeps going up. So with what we make, taking away our main bills, we're left with very little. So it's like, okay, what are we going to use this extra income that I'm bringing in on YouTube? Because this extra income is not always guaranteed. It is also not a set, every month you're going to get this, every month you're going to get this. So what do I use it for? Well, the first thing I do when I get my YouTube payout is y'all might think I'm crazy because some people say, hey, those are animals, you can give them to someone else. I actually go and I buy the products I need for my animals. So the dog food, the cat litter, and actually I would say dog shampoo, but I don't really use dog shampoo. I like to use baby shampoo. It's gentle on their skin. And if they ever get into grease or something, I use Dawn dish liquid. And their vet. So for the flea medicine, that is what I use my YouTube for. Now, once I've paid that, because I am fairly cheap, like with the cat litter, I buy, it's Walmart, it's like Special Kitty, it's like 40 pounds for like $13. And if you keep your litter boxes scooped every single day, sometimes, you know, I try to do it twice a day, first thing in the morning, first thing in the afternoon, you can actually make your cat litter stretch and last a lot longer. And I mix in baking soda with it. That again helps. So first thing I do is I purchase a month's supply of animal products, their food, the litter, that stuff. Whatever's left goes directly to pay off one of my smallest debts. So I may have, say I bring in $315 this month. I'm going to go buy what I need to buy. I can typically get a month's worth of supplies, usually, because my vet, I'm trying to think of exactly how much it is there. Well, Gamora's not on it yet, so it was just the 3, and it was like 40 something for a month's supply of flea and tick. It's the pills. So, and then the stuff, say I bring in $315, I pay buy their stuff, get their flea stuff. I could be left with $45, $50. What am I going to use it for? I'm going to put it all towards my smallest debt. So that credit card I have that has like $168, go ahead and put it to it. Put it all directly to it. Help pay it down. There's that extra income. Now, because we still need more income because it's not enough on top of working. So I have my full-time job. I have my YouTube. And also, guys, well, let me tell you about another small income I have. When I say small, I mean small. Any of you that have children that you have separated from their fathers, you have ever had to deal with child support. I have 2 children. Y'all see them in my videos. You know who they are. Well, me and their father have separated in 2012. I won't even say separated. Like I said, I'm an open book, so you guys want to know a little bit about me. December the 19th of 2012. At the time, I was a stay-at-home mom. I had a almost 2-year-old because Katie's birthday is December 21st and she was born in 2010. So this year she would have been 2 years old. Well, December the 18th, we had went to a kindergarten Christmas party for my oldest daughter. She was 6 at the time. She had just turned 6 in November. Well, December 19th rolls around and at the time, their father, he calls me from his job talking about the car ran out of gas. Could I somehow get him some money to him. And I didn't have a vehicle at the time. I know what he was wanting. He was wanting me to go over to my mother's because we lived at the time fairly close to where my mother and father were. And I refused to. I said, no. I said, where's the money you had yesterday? Blah, 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 blah. We were not doing the best. You got to remember, I was like 20 years old at the time. 21. I don't know. I was in my early 20s. Well, I guess he didn't like what I had to say that day. And we had already been together 8 years. Well, he gets off of work. And he was working right like at the truck stop locally. Not far. It was a little diner at the truck stop. He gets off of work and his mom is with him. So I guess she got him gas in the car. Well, he comes in and he actually gets his stuff and he leaves. So basically, he kind of just walks out on us. Katie didn't know what was going on at the time because, like I said, it was only 2 days before she turned 2 years old. He got his stuff and left before my oldest even got off of the school bus, like before she got home. So she gets up that morning. Guess what? We're a family of 4. She sees her daddy. She goes to school. She gets home. There's no dad. He's gone. He's walked out. He's left. So yeah, just a little backstory on that one. And I've had to deal with that out of my oldest because she used to be a daddy's girl. So, you know, when a parent decides to up and walk out of a child's life, it really does impact that child. Now, me being me and not being afraid of my ex, like, I didn't really have to fear him trying to take my children because he's not a parent that can raise a child. I've never had a custody agreement. I've never had to go to court for custody. He's never threatened to take my kids from me. However, I've had to go to court over child support. Do you want to know what this man pays and has paid? And my oldest will be 18 this year. I receive every month, once a month, 2 children, $56. Do the math, guys. $56 a month. What does that buy? What? And that's for 2 kids. That's not $56 per child. That's $56 for both children. What do I do with that? I'll be honest with you right now. I leave that $56 on that card. And when my kids come to me and they say, hey mom, I need a new pair of shoes. Okay, I go check the balance of my NC Kids card, I think is what it's called or something. My child support card. I go check it. I check the balance on it. And typically, because I'm holding on to it, if it's got, say, 2 months, there's $112 on there. And I'm like, okay, I'll take you up here to, you know, the shoe show or Rack Room Shoes or Shoe Carnival somewhere and get you a pair of shoes. That is how I do that, because to me, that is for the child to help. My kids have never had to truly 100% go without. And that is because as a parent, I will go without to prevent my child from going without. But that is how I use my child support. I do not put it towards my debt. I hold on to it so that my child's needs are met. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but when you save it up and you don't touch it, and like come Christmas time, if whatever's left on that child support card that I have not touched throughout the year, I will use it at Christmas on the girls. But for instance, yesterday, there was a balance of $60 and some odd change on the child support card. My 2 girls decided they wanted to go door dashing with me. So it was actually a family event last night. It was nice. Well, even though I packed snacks, I packed food, I packed a cooler with water, I told them to make sure their phones were charged, this and that. They still, it was probably about 8 o'clock, they wanted Bojangles. Well, my oldest daughter works, guys. So she was like, hey mom, I have my purse, I have my wallet, can you stop and I'll buy me and Katie some DoorDash, or not DoorDash, some Bojangles. I told her, I said, I'll stop. I said, but leave your purse in here. I pulled out the child support card. I handed it to her. I said, there's X amount. It was $60 and some change. So just so that she knows, I mean, granted, you shouldn't be spending $60 in Bojangles, but I still want her to be aware. And I sent her into Bojangles with her sister and that child support card to buy them some dinner. I didn't have it. Josh didn't have it. We packed food, but my kids wanted it. There's that child support card. So that's how I use that. Now, door dashing. That is where the extra income to help pay some of these bills and make these ends meets are coming in handy. Last week, I door dashed one day, 3 hours, and was able to pay my water bill. Last night, I door dashed. It's weird how it does it, because you can start dashing and then end dashing, but your active dash time is like 3 hours or something. But I door dashed from 4:30 to like 9:15, 9:30. So like 5 hours. And guys, it was like almost $100. I mean, it was a slower night, but it was still a decent night. To all I had to do was ride around, because Josh actually drives, was ride around and deliver food, guys. I mean, and it was income. We were family time, because all of us were together, laughing and carrying on. And I was delivering food. And I do need to go in here because I did put some bacon in the oven. And you guys know me and my fiasco with burning bacon in the oven. So let me come in here and check on that. All right. Smells like bacon. All right. Hopefully it's just done and not burnt. And let's not wake up people. All right. Watch out, Gabby. Move, Gabby. Oh, perfect. All right. It's not burnt. I just got to get it out. Watch out, baby. Watch out, please. Watch out. No, that's hot. You're blind, and that's hot. Okay. I did not burn the bacon, guys. Perfect. Okay. So, I guess I can just try to be quiet. Oh, my hair. It is bedhead century. All right. But yes, so doing DoorDash is allowing me to get some of my bills paid up and paid on time. So it's a little darker in here, but I'm going to try to sit right here. What? All right. But yeah, so we have full-time work. Well, hello there, Gabby. Don't lick me. Full-time work, YouTube, DoorDash, the little bit of child support pays for the girls' extras, and I did start selling my eggs. Now, am I making a killing off of my eggs? No. Stop it. Stop. But it is helping. And how is it helping? Most everybody pays either in Cash App or cash. And I just use that towards gas. I mean, my chickens, I don't really feed them commercial feed. I feed them the way our great-grandmother or our grandmas or anybody that lived through like the Great Depression, I feed my chickens in the same way that they would have fed their chickens. My chickens free range my yard, so they eat bugs, grass, all that stuff. And then I have kitchen scraps. What do I do with my kitchen scraps? They go in a 5-gallon bucket. They go out to them. I'm not wasting those kitchen scraps. It's feeding them. I do not buy commercial feed. Well, I take that back. I'm not going to say I do not. Come the winter months, sometimes I will have to buy 1 or 2 bags. However, this year I'm doing something a little different. I am going to grow corn, like different grains and extra winter squash and stuff that I can feed my chickens. Why? Because if I can grow their food, I don't have to worry about buying it. I mean, you don't have to give in to the whole commercial feed. I've even looked into with my dogs if it would be cheaper to feed them a raw diet or a where you cook their food, fix it for them. However, at the current time, I don't find that to be cheaper for me, not in my area. But again, I just started researching it, so I may find something different. Um, but as of right now, they're on their dry kibble. So that's where we're at with that, guys. If you have any information or guidance, no judgment, please, because I know people are going to judge, but no judgment. I don't need the negative comments. If you don't have anything nice to say or helpful, just move on, because all I'm going to do is delete your comment. But if you have something helpful to say, encouraging, advice, if you have any advice on how to get out of debt without filing bankruptcy. We are not at that point, and I do not want to get to that point. So, if you've ever found yourself with a lot of debt, how did you get out of debt? What was your method, and how long did it take you to get out of debt? I don't expect this to happen overnight. This is why I go to the food pantry, because I don't have the funds to go to the grocery store and spend $50. At one time, I was able to budget $50 a week. And it's sad because you go to the government office, the social service, to see if you qualify for food stamps or SNAP, and you get told no. Well, why do you get told no? Because they do not take into account your debt. They take into account your pay, and then they take into account your living expenses. They do not take into account the debt that you owe. Which I guess I can understand in a sense, because it is not their responsibility to pay or to help you pay off your debt, I guess. And by receiving food stamps, it would allow one person to not have to stress about groceries, I guess. But in the same sense, that is how and why I utilize food pantries and food banks, my garden, and clearance sales. What's the last thing I bought at the grocery store? Josh. He went Thursday and picked up 1 container of coffee creamer. That was it. Before that, I think I bought a gallon of milk. I really miss getting WIC. That WIC is very helpful. So if you have children 5 years or under, go look at your WIC office, guys, because that was a big help. It was the milk, the peanut butter, eggs, cereal, fruits and veggies, beans, cheese. But no, that is why I use the food bank and the food pantries that I go to. I had another question. Someone asked, how many times a week do you go to the food bank or food pantry? I go typically 2 times a week, every week. On a Wednesday evening, we have one that gets a semi-truck of food delivered, and you walk through and you get your food and you go home. Then on Sunday evenings, I have one that is based off of donations, and like it's organized and ran by a church, but it is based off of donations, and it is a shop as you go food pantry. Sometimes you get an abundance, sometimes you get a smaller amount, but you actually get to pick and choose the items there. I attend those too, typically every single week. There are some times that I don't, such as this week. The one on Sunday is not open. Why? Because Sunday is Mother's Day. And I understand that. I mean, they deserve a break as well. The volunteers that work there deserve a break. And sometimes there is one on Saturdays. It's several towns over. I try to go to it once a month. And then also, I have one in my town that is a once a month food pantry. So, all in all, in 1 month's time, I will typically go to 2 monthly food pantries, and then every week I go to 2. That honestly, guys, feeds my family 90% of the way. So basically 90% of our groceries and our food that we are taking in and we are eating and that is nourishing our bodies, 90% come from our local food bank, food pantry, food organization. Occasionally, if I take off of work on a Friday, so say I have a personal day, we receive 5 paid personal days a year. I prefer to save mine for a Friday. Why? Because we have a drive-through food pantry that goes on a Friday morning. Now, the only time I like to go, but I don't like to be greedy, so I don't want to go to a Friday and a Sunday typically. But if I know that we're going to be closed on a Sunday, like the food bank is going to be closed on Sunday, if I'm going to be able to get off on a Friday, I like to go to another food pantry to help supplement and keep it going. I don't want to get to where I have absolutely no food. Don't let yourself get to that point. That is something I learned early on. When I very first started going to a food pantry, I had almost nothing, guys. My cabinets were bare. My fridge, freezer was bare. Almost nothing in there. So, I started going to food pantries. And at that time, I was going... There was the Wednesday... There was the Sunday, and I was going to, there was another one I was going to that is no longer here. It was it on Saturday? I don't remember. But there was a third one I was going to every single week. On top of using what's called blessing boxes, I was going to those. But after utilizing the food pantry and going every single week, not skipping a week just because... You may say, well, you know what? I got this over here. I got enough to get me through another week. No, guys, just go ahead and go. You don't know the blessings you will receive. I got 100 pounds of carrots. Or it might have been 50 pounds of carrots. What are you going to do with that? Well, you're going to learn how to preserve. I am thankful enough that I know how to can. So on my shelf, I have pints of carrots because I was able to preserve them, put them on my shelf to feed my family. Now, is one family going to live off of carrots? No. So, the next week, I still went to the food pantry. I still went and got those blessings that help feed my family. And now, say the world just goes to crap and the food pantries close down, are we all going to struggle? Yes, we are. But I at least have enough stuff that I was able to preserve that we eat every single day. It's not like I hoard it. It's just, and it's mainly vegetables. Plus, I grow a garden. But I'm able to keep going so that you don't run out. I hope that makes sense. I might be rambling. It's early. But there's that. That is how I save money. It's not so much save money because I don't really have the money to go to the grocery store. But it allows me to feed my family without stressing. And very grateful, guys. Y'all, I know I get comments saying that you love how grateful I am. I don't think you truly can understand how grateful I am. When I open up a box, like, you know, from a drive-through food pantry, when I open it up and it's like, whoa, what did I get? And, you know, it's things that you haven't had in forever because you can't afford it. Or for instance, last Wednesday, the ladies at this one, like I said, the walk-through pantry, they know me. I go every Wednesday. I am also the weirdo that will take the stuff that no one else will get. Even though this is a get what you get and just go about your way, I used to be vegetarian, so certain things they know, hey, aren't you the one that likes tofu? Yeah, I love tofu. If you know how to cook it, tofu is actually really good, guys. Um, but yeah, last Wednesday she said chicken, ham, or sandwiches. Normally you don't get a huge a selection, like you don't usually get to choose what you get. She actually asked everybody, because they were passing out the meats, what did you want? Did you want a bag, like a 3 pound bag of frozen chicken, a frozen ham, or frozen like deli sandwiches? I chose a ham. Why? Because that is something my family, I love a ham. I can also stretch a ham to feed multiple meals. So the gratitude I have when I receive stuff, like, you guys have no clue. Then again, you might. I just wish I could show you 100% how grateful we are to receive it. So there's that. Now, how else do I save my family money, because we just don't have money to spend? I DoorDash. We get hungry. I told you, I pack snacks. I have a cooler with water. Well, this morning I got up. I had some bacon in the fridge. So I cooked it in the microwave. Guys, I cooked it in the oven. And I'm going to take some of the bread that I got from the food pantry that I thawed out. It's a potato bread. I'm going to toast it. Eggs from my chickens. I'm going to cook that. Those sandwich cheese that I got from the food pantry. And I'm going to make some bacon, egg, and cheese, like sandwiches, toasted sandwiches. And I'm going to wrap them in foil because, again, both girls and Josh want to go dashing with me today. And I love it because not only am I making some extra income, I'm making memories with my family, guys. But to save money, I'm going to take food with me. I'm still cooking. You may not see a cooking video tomorrow, but I'm still cooking, guys. I'm just taking it with us so that we can eat it on the road. Yeah. I mean, I cut corners and save money anywhere I can. I'm trying to think. Clothing. I can't tell you the last time I actually bought clothes, like full price clothing. If I don't need it, I'm not going to worry about it. Now, we have at the Wednesday, at the Sunday food pantry, they also have a clothing closet, but they also have a bonus area. So, basically how that one works is when you go, you can sign up and you do food only, which is where you go through and you get food and you get to access what's called the bonus area, which is when you're done going through, you go out the door, there's a carport. You go in the carport and you can get whatever you want out there. It's called the bonus area. That is what I do. I go for food only and then the bonus area. And you guys have seen the blessings I've received from the bonus area. I mean, that beautiful cow painting, that right there, that's on my wall. I got that in the bonus area. The candle holder, bonus area. Most of my decorations came from the bonus area. Now, if my kids come to me and they're like, hey, Mom, we need some pants, then when I go, I'm going to sign up to do the second group. The second group is you go in, you get to do clothing out of the clothing room, which is like 15 pieces of clothing. You do food, you do household, and the household can range from laundry detergent, dish detergent, hygiene products, pots and pans, comforters, sheets, anything you may need for the household. And you also get to go through the bonus area. So I don't go through that one every week. I typically just do the food only and the bonus area outside. Because in the bonus area outside, there's also shopping carts full of clothing. So sometimes I find clothing out there. But I save money by not buying it if I don't need it. Basically, look at something. Do I need this? Is this something that I can use more than once? Is it going to last my family? Is it going to be truly beneficial? Is it going to pay for itself in the long run? Do I need this shirt? No, I have another shirt. And gifts. That is also how I help save my family. My birthday is Monday. Mother's Day is tomorrow. I point blank told my family, do not spend money on me. Why? I don't need it, guys. I was given a purebred dog by a breeder. We discussed it as a family that I was fine with that being my gift because I love her. I want her. But I told them, don't go buying me stuff. I don't need it. I love you guys. If you want to do something, take that cake mix that I got at the food pantry and bake me a cake. I don't need those. Now, I have a garden. How do I justify spending money on the garden? Well, I haven't spent money on the garden lately because I don't have it to spend on the garden. But if I have the extra funds, like last year, I purchased raised garden beds. That is something that is going to feed my family year after year after year after year after year after year. It could just keep on going, guys. They're quality products. They're going to last. So I can justify that. And it's a one-time spend. I shop around. I find the best deal. I think I paid no more than $200 for every raised bed I have out there. I have bags of mulch out there that I'm going to put down. But I can't put it down until I cut pieces of tarp to cover the grass. But where did that mulch come from? Follow Marketplace, guys. Look on Marketplace. People give stuff away. People that have more money than they know what to do with. These are the kind of people that they may have that high-paying job and that they bought their home before, the economy started to go down. And they're very generous and very giving people out there that will say, hey, we have 12 bags of black mulch free to the first person that can pick up. Go get it, guys. That's how I have it. And also, if someone's going to buy me a gift, I prefer for it to be something useful. So, for instance, Christmas came around. And last year, actually, the gifts I received last year, I have gotten a pressure canner. And this might have been the year before too. But over the past several years, I've gotten a dehydrator as a gift. 99% of my kitchen appliances were either gifts from others, found at a thrift store, or found at the bonus food pantry, the bonus on the outside. My dad, my birthday is Monday, his birthday is Friday. He calls me and says, hey, what are you doing on the 19th, which is Sunday? And I told him, I'd go to a food pantry. And he was like, well, how about earlier in the day? He was like lunchtime. He was like, do you want to do dinner? And I was like, yeah. He was like, I'll grill out. He was like, what do you want? Okay. What food do you want? I don't like to ask my dad for money, something I've never done. I don't ask him for stuff like that. But when he says, hey, I'm going to grill, what do you want to eat? This is my chance because I know my dad. My dad is not struggling financially. My dad is okay. He is comfortable. If I need the money, I'm sure I could ask him, but it's just not me. I told him, I was like, well, I have been craving a really good steak. And my dad being my dad, he knows me. So he says, New York strip. I was like, correct. He knows what I like. And that is what I did. I basically, and he will cook it and grilled chicken. I said, I want steak. I said, but I also like your grilled chicken. So he said, I'll do your steak and grilled chicken. And then he asked the sides. And I know my dad. He's going to say, all right, well, this is more leftovers than me and Casey can eat, so take it home with you. Or if somebody asks me, what do you want? And they're adamant that it has to be like a gift, I'm going to tell them something useful. I'm going to tell them, like right now, there's nothing I really need. I would say a case of canning jars. Or like Lynn, she sent me trellises. And I got one put together. I've got to do an update on my garden, guys. I got one put together for the cucumbers. I love the trellis. They are so stinking cute. I have never seen the trellis. Guys, I'm just going to have to do a video update. And it was a pack of 2, so I got to get the other one put together. But I like useful items, guys. So yes, this has been almost an hour of just rambling on, giving you a real life look into my life. I'm a real person, guys. I struggle day to day. We have debt. I'm realistic with you. So yes, if you have any positive feedback, any tips and tricks on how to get out of debt, send them my way, guys. Send them my way. I am open to all the help I can get. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to leave you with this beautiful view of the 2, Andrew and Mara, sleeping in the same bed. That, my friends, is a beautiful sight right there. Thank you. If you have stayed around this entire time, thank you for hanging out with me this morning. Much love sent to each and every one of you. And until next time, guys, take care.